As an engineering leader, you know, there's so much innovation, and they say the best time to sometimes make a startup is when there's a depression. Those are the most successful startups that emerge because they're truly solving problems. So, what are some of the spaces, if you were to put on your VC hat or your buyer hat? What are some of the things that you would be very interested in, problems that you have that you'd love to get solved in the next few years from an innovative startup?
So I don't have clear ideas, but I do believe that in the space of cloud network, there is some opportunities because again, I think there is an overhead that's massive and a complexity that has been, I don't know, I think we can again industrialize on some patterns a bit better. And I think there is, because it's such at the core of the machine, I know it would be a B2B business and wouldn't get the masses excited, but that's intrinsic to the velocity we get from the cloud, and so every company would benefit from it. But that's kind of buried into the stack, so maybe not a very appealing idea. It's an interesting. We're actually going through an exercise at MNS, where we actually asking ourselves, like, what does growth look like for a retail company like us now? And it's funny because I think, for instance, one thing that would be interesting, maybe only in e-commerce, but effectively, looking at brands as not commodities, but as platforms that can interact together better. And so for us, of course, it means, going a bit on the path that Amazon took a few years ago with the third parties. But effectively, like, how do you make it easy for brands to collaborate? I think there are a couple of things here that are interesting because it's still... on one side, we come from a world where the internet was good at putting very big monopoly in place on very, very specific problems. But I think, now we kind of get into a place where there is some stability, and yet there is usually one player that's, I have to be honest, is a bit bland. It could be YouTube, could be Amazon. That is like a massively scaled solution for shopping or for watching videos. But I think the problem is we need to reintroduce a bit of flesh in the relationship, and I feel like brands actually could be going into a time where they'll have a good time, and maybe also because I'm coming to an age where I don't know, I want to I don't want to overthink too much when I need to buy a shirt or when I need to buy a new perfume. Like, I just want to get faithful to something, right? And I want to start rebuilding a bit, maybe because I'm an engineer and I wasn't really into having an identity. I was just this introvert nerd there in front of the screen. But that there is an element. Also, I think with Brexit and a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, like. The element of identity is a bit challenged, and I don't know. I think maybe brands as well could do something here. So that's one thought I have, where we have started creating some tools, partly on the marketing side, partly the digital marketing. But maybe if you step back a bit and you try and look at what is a brand and what are the interactions between two brands and how can you industrialize this and commoditize this, I feel there is an interesting journey here.